Hey everybody, and thank you so much for joining me today here on Blind Whiskey Reviews, the most honest reviews on YouTube. As always, don't forget, if you like the videos, hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell notification right next to it so you know every time I'm putting out a new video and every time I'm starting up a new live stream. Today, we're doing another quick sample review, so if you haven't joined me for one of these before, in these two boxes here, I've got 24 randomized samples. I don't know what any of them are. They're made up of whiskeys that have been sent by other people in the whiskey world, whiskeys that have been sent by distilleries to taste and sample and review, and whiskeys that I've reviewed in the past, gave them some airtime in the bottle, and put in one of these sample bottles after 3 or 4 months so we can kind of see how they're doing down the line. So, without any further ado, let's get to it. We have our random number generator programmed with 24 samples, and the number it picked is 17. So we have 12, 16, this will be 17. Look away. Pour some whiskey. Back in the box. All right. This one's got a very sweet, fruity nose on it already. I can smell it when I was pouring it. Lots of light fruit, apple, pear. A little caramel sweetness to go along with it. Touch of heat, touch of corn sweetness. Maybe even a slight woody character with a, oh wait a minute. Yeah, there's even a touch of like darker fruit in there. Got a nice complex nose. Let's get into the taste. Cheers. Definitely higher proof. Immediately get some burn on the tongue, some of that heat building, some flavors kind of popping. Getting a little hug down the chest. Your left, mouthfeel is kind of medium. Finish is kind of the long side of medium. You're left with some kind of bitter woody notes, a little bit of sweetness. Let me get one more taste on it here. Yeah, right at the front of the tongue, you get kind of those light fruits you get on the nose, the apple, the pear. As it goes over the mid palate, it kind of turns into the darker fruity notes, the caramel. I'm not getting too much spice here. It's mainly like your standard kind of bourbon characters, not like a lower rye bourbon. Maybe, not getting too much woodiness, just a little bit. So maybe there's a touch of age on here, not too much. We're probably in that middle range, maybe. Proof-wise, definitely feels a little bit higher. Maybe we're in that, I don't know. Is it a barrel proofer? 110 plus? After 110, it kind of gets hard to tell, but yeah, I'm gonna say it's high. It feels high, but it doesn't feel bad. It's not sharp. It's not giving you too much of a burn that's distracting from the flavors. So overall, I think this whiskey's good. It's got some good flavor. I wish some of the flavors would pop a little bit more. Like there was a little bit of berry in there, but it was real light. There's a little bit of fruit in there, but it was real light. So I wish kind of some of these flavors would hit just a little bit harder. But I think this is a good whiskey. It's a solid pour. It's a higher proof whiskey. So for a quick sample review rating, and as I always say, you've seen every minute of the 2-3 minutes I've spent with this whiskey drinking it, so take it with a grain of salt. But I'm going to say, with this short review, that I give this, I think it's good. I'm going to give it an 85. I think it's good whiskey. Let's see what it is. Oh, nice. This is Blanton's, straight from the barrel. So this, I've tried it before, but Blanton's is one of the whiskeys, if you haven't seen it before, if you haven't tried it, straight from the barrels are released. It's really difficult to get in the U.S. because they only distribute it internationally, essentially. But it's a solid whiskey. It's a good pour. I thought it was going to pop a little bit more than this. The one I had before did. So maybe this needs a little airtime to open up a touch. But it's good, solid, drinkable whiskey. Good flavor, some sweetness. I didn't really pick up on the Buffalo Trace note that I usually get from it, but I mean, now that I kind of smell it and I know what it is, I kind of smell it there, but I wasn't picking it up when I was initially going into it. But The straight from the barrel is the barrel proof release of the Blantons, and a lot of people consider it to be the 5th of the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection line. They think it could easily be put in that selection, so it's a really good whiskey. I would love to know if you guys have tried the Blanton straight from the barrel before. What is your thoughts? What did you think of it? This sample was sent to me by Kyle over at Bourbon Blind, so thank you very much. Him and I have swapped some samples back and forth and stuff, so he's a really great guy. If you haven't already, check out his channel, Bourbon Blind. He does a very similar format to what I do with doing blind reviews of whiskey with him and some of his friends, so if you haven't already, check him out. Let me know what you think of Blanton straight from the barrel down below. And as always, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at blind_reviews. You can send me an email at blindwhiskeyreviews@gmail.com. And until next time, cheers.